Or huh? Where's that video? Shalom, everyone. So this is going to be a sharing about the stuff that I've been going through, and this is going to be a movement, the pursuit of truth. So yeah, this is just a spiritual journey towards the truth, and it's just my way of sharing. So, disclaimer, I am not teacher, I'm not a professional in this stuff, but this is just my way of sharing stuff so that, if you are sharing something, it's much more easier to understand it because you're reflecting upon it and you're just getting through stuff that it's better to absorb in it, right? So, yeah, let's get on with the scriptures, right? So the topic for today is about laziness and procrastination. So we live today in a world where everything is so technological, everything is so convenient to the point that uh, we have to deal with stuff in a technological way, right? Because in work, you also have to have that, you have to have your phone, right? So it's much more easier to be tempted with a lot of distractions, right? Those distractions are Facebook, social media, YouTube. I am an example of that because I keep on binge watching on videos on YouTube that are stimulating my dopamine, right? Short videos that doesn't ever even last for a very long time. So yeah, let's address this stuff and deal with it, because the more you address this spirit of laziness and procrastination, the more you can calibrate it and address and tackle with it, right? So let's get on with the scripture. So where do we even start, right? Let's start with the book of Second Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 5. Okay. So I'm gonna put out the scriptures in here so that you guys can also follow, see, but yeah. Examine yourselves, right? That's the first thing we need to do. Examine yourselves. Whether you be in the faith, prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Jesus Christ is in you, except ye be reprobates. So first and foremost, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Um, all praises to Him, and Son, who whom the world calls right now is Jesus Christ. Let me just wait for a minute to just oops, to share my screen to examine yourselves, right? So based upon the examinations, right? The topic for today is procrastination. Yeah, and laziness. So upon observations, we, you know, first and foremost, this is a sharing. I'm not trying to teach anyone, just trying to really share so that I can much more absorb this teaching. So first is to examine ourselves, right? So the observation so far is that we are lazy, is that we are encountering many different kinds of spirit in this walk. And we end up getting depressed, right? But that's just really the lackness of the word there. We're depressed because we haven't washed away the stuff that is in us, right? And one of that is lust, right? Lust is not doesn't necessarily mean between a man and woman. A lust can also mean envy, just like in the scriptures. I'm gonna put out the scripture. I'm gonna put out the scripture. James, verse James, the book of James, chapter 3, verses 5. Sorry, chapter 4, verse 5. Ugh. Oh, And it reads, do you think that the scripture said, the spirit that dwelleth in us lasted to end? So this is the desire. Actually, desires that are, far from us. These are lust that is derived from envy, that is carried away into a long distance. For example, if you're trying to work out, right? You want that body, right? You want that healthy body, but you have to acknowledge and address to yourself that it will take a lot of time and effort, right? So you can't just lust on working out many stuff, right? It takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, and that's where lust comes in, right? However, through temperance, right? That's the counter for temptation is temperance, right? In order to master all things is through temperance, right? Just cut it into half, absorb only the stuff that you can absorb and then just go with it. So yeah, that's one of the few reasons that we become depressed. Sometimes it becomes stress because we're trying to absorb stuff that are within or sorry, that are far from reach, right? However, there's stuff that we can accommodate and understand, and that is through the scriptures, right? So another scripture for that is Romans 15, and it reads, right? For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. What is that again? That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. Remember, times of depression, don't worry, uh, because don't worry, because patience and the comfort of the scriptures are here, right? We are under grace, we are under the patience of the Lord, the long suffering of the Lord, but that doesn't mean we have to abuse the grace that was blessed upon us. The patience and comfort of the scriptures are here to give us hope, right? Because remember that when we come to serve the Lord, there will be temptation, right? Just like in the book of Sirach 2 verse. Remember that when we come to serve the Lord, when we come to serve the Lord, there will be temptations on it. Right? That is the and it reads in the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verses 1. My son, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Temptation from coming from not doing your responsibility, temptation from not keeping the laws, temptation from not keeping the Sabbath day. So stuff like that, right? Eating pork, eating stuff that are not good for you. So examples like that, right? So but the one thing that we have to deal with, remember, is through temperance, right? And not temptation, right? Temperance is the counter for temptation. Because if you fight stuff along the way with temperance, you can only deal with stuff that are aligned with your level. Give me that on First Corinthians chapter 9, verse 35. Uh, means every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Read that again. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in things. temperate patience, right? Just deal with it slowly. Try to cut it down into segments, and then you will deal with it smoothly, right? Of course, we will meet a lot of obstacles and challenges along the way, but we just have to really endure it for personal endurance shall be saved, right? Uh, and let's end it up with the James chapter 1 verse 12. This is the book James chapter 1 verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, or the incorruptible crown, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Remember that that to love the Lord is to keep his laws, all of those laws, right? The Ten Commandments all throughout to the last commandment, right? That is, yeah, forgive me guys, it's just my way of training.